This is Gatos FX, and it's Friday now. It's a good week to reflect, good time to reflect on what has been happening across the week with the Euraud. I was targeting for 1 to 4.4 risk to reward with about 160 pips in our price. It's already moved about 120 pips. I'm still holding this trade. So I'll take you through the top-down analysis of this pair to take a lesson. It grabs the concepts of zone-to-zone trading strategy. All right. So as I normally say, the analysis is done on Sunday. Is a very good week to prepare for the week. Look for those trades with the line with the strategy, giving us the opportunity to place the limit order large, because that's what the Confluence really like to use based on the higher time frame top-down analysis. So this trade, the entry which was actually triggered on Tuesday. So we're going to see how this entry was actually being triggered. From the time frame, here's where the price was. Here's where the price was Sunday. So a lot of the things already happened, which I'm gonna show with this video. All right. So let's look from the weekly time frame. Is of course where the burst of which could have just been done. Like I was trading the retracement of the higher time frame order flow, because when we look at this trend, this market has made a high, a low, and a high. So any sales with regard to this trend, since we have our latest bullish structure break here, and our weekly lower high is here down. So until we have at least a weekly candle or daily candle closing under this area, then we can substantiate like this market is no longer bullish, is bearish. So any sales will be regarded as a retracement. And under these circumstances, I was hoping, okay, fine, because this price has not yet reached this area. And look what last week's candle was, indecision candle, after price was able to break this strong weekly support zone. We have had this strong weekly support zone. Here you could perhaps see from the line chart, this was a bearish structure now. The retracement formula trend was already been made. We have the lower low, lower high, lower low. So price already came to test at the weekly area of interest to give us a further continuation. Something which you could see, the indecision candle of last week actually ended here at the opening price of the COC of the weekly time frame. So this strong support zone, once broken, become a retest. So when I get to the lower time frame, daily time frame, it was my intention to look for these sales to see whether it has ended, whereby the candlestick of course gave us an information. We have had this daily time frame inverted hammer, which is a sign for, it's a good sign for reversal, telling us, okay, now this price is done. By then TP1 could have just been considered here at the daily time frame opening price. So we're having this reversal, we have this bearish engulfing candle. All of them are adding up to the assumption that this price is now selling. So we go to the 4 hours time frame to see whether we have any other feature that will tell us this retracement is over, and giving us what the area of interest and as well as the point of interest. So as we go to the 4 hours time frame, we're going to look at this trend which we talked about, because we treated this as only retracement, which ended at the daily time frame COC. Perhaps in daily time frame you could see we have what? We have MDL here. That's where the first entry was triggered. So I didn't look at Euro AUD the previous week, so I didn't have nothing to do with it. So what matters now with this trend here, look at this retracement, high and low, higher high, higher low, higher high, shift of structure with the formation of what? Outside formation here. So here is where I developed the point of interest because now price have had confirmed it has shifted the structure. That means that higher time frame retracement is over, and now we are looking to sell with the point of interest. First of all, was here at 4 hours, outside formation. By then, where there was 4 hours outside formation, there was another zone. You can see we have a support zone and resistance zone for 4 hours. Because if I would only have just relied on this outside formation, my entry wouldn't have been triggered based on the 4 hours area of interest. But because this zone have had a minor pip range, about 27 pip range, that's why I went into 1 hour and look at if there is any liquidity at the outside formation, whereby at this area you keenly look from the 1 hour's line chart. You see we have the MDL liquidity here, the support, and here the resistance. So here's where I just placed my limit order because it was falling under the area of interest, with my stop loss being at least 30 pips because this entry has been triggered out of the lower time frame point of interest. And then the long-term TP is here about 160 pips. And I can see potentially price is really trying to get to the point there. So you see here on Tuesday, here's when the price came to liquidate and retested again, and then all the way long price has just continued to move as the anticipation was, right? So it is what it is. I didn't look for any other additional point. I just held the one super long position that I've had from the top. All right, this is Gatos FX.